public. The only group we close off to the public is the women's only fitness classes. They're the only ones that closed off, so we just make sure that everyone knows when they sign up it's a community gym. So there are going to be, we do a disability group on a Tuesday morning and a Thursday morning, and we just say, look, that's why we have a gym. So you can still come use the gym and what have you, take a membership out, but you won't have it exclusively, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
We'll do a group like recovery in this space, and then they'll go in there like they are now, so we'll do an hour in here and an hour in there with key workers who will help support them. We don't do that work. We just find people that do, because otherwise we'll be learning stuff all the time that we don't know how to deliver. And then we also use it for things like, just before you came then, there was a knit and natter, we do a child's play area, like for stuff throughout the week. The function room that you were in before, what we do in the school holidays is we feed all the kids, we just tell them that there's going to be a meal, whether or not we're on school meals or not. One of the biggest problems in the area is most of the kids, or a lot of the kids, are on free school meals. That stops over the holidays, so we try and make sure that they get the breakfast and they get the lunch. So we'll do we'll set up a little cinema in the back room, we'll do a little cinema in the function room, and then feed them, do you know what I mean? And then you've got this space, so this is in this very slow process of being developed now. So what we're doing here, this is being turned into a theatre space. We've got a bid in now with the Lowry and the Arts Council, and the plan is, what we do at the moment is obviously we do boxing in here, and if we do a disability group, because one of the problems with the building is no lift, so we'll come around the back and we'll set up a mini gym down here with people that have access issues.
Yeah.
And then we do wrestling, boxing and cage fighting in this space as well. It's just on the show this weekend, which is why it's set up like this, but usually after cage and the ring up. These are moving out of here, these are going into the old squash courts, and this space is going to become a full-time community space, theatre space. So the idea being, like, one of the problems with somewhere like the Lowry, so they do great shows at the Lowry, but before they turn up at the Lowry to do the show, they need to rehearse, and they've got nowhere, so they'll end up renting storage units, you know, like self-storage units, and they'll rehearse in there. So we've got a deal now in place. What will happen is that not just the Lowry, but theatre companies can come here, they can use this space whilst it's quiet in the daytime, and then they'll do a secret screening or a secret showing for us before they do the official launch at wherever the theatre is. And it just means that we can either sell tickets or give tickets away to people in the community that are never going to experience going to the theatre. That's the idea of the kind of stuff that we do in the building. If we do that kind of stuff, the service users, we try and get it as free as possible. Same thing again, so we do a youth club on a Friday evening. Every Friday we do Guerrilla Youth, and it's the same kind of thing. We bring people in and we'll teach them things that they're not going to get access to. So things like production, we work with the recording for the shows and stuff until recently was done by a team from the Salford Junior Media Department. They used to come in and film it all for us using their cameras. So we've still got links with those guys. So when we do shows, we'll link one of our kids from the youth club up with the cameraman or the producer or something, just so they get the experience, and then they can see that going to college isn't something that they can't do, if that makes sense.